Welcome and welcome back to my channel, guys. It's your girl Jo. If this is your first time seeing my face, make sure to hit that subscribe button before we get started. Turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on upload. Give this video a big thumbs up. It helps more people see it. Also comment down below. I love to interact with you guys. For today's video, as you can see by the title, I will be showing you the few books that has helped me start my healing / spiritual journey and just start working on myself in general. I'm making this video because when I first started, I didn't know what books to read or where to even start, so I just wanted to make this video if anybody else is feeling stuck and don't know, which way to gravitate towards. This video is for you. Make sure to keep on watching. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in front of me. I didn't know how much to grab. I can grab more. If you guys want a part 2, comment down below. I'll be more than happy to make another video of the books that I have. So these are broken down into categories. So I have 2 books here by the same author, but there are like 2 separate things. So I do have these 2, but I'm gonna break them into their category. So the first book I want to start with is a super easy read. I love easy reads because it just makes you motivated. It's like a really small book. This one is called The 4 Agreements. I highly recommend this book. So this book is basically about 4 agreements. So 4 ways that you can show up for yourself and better your, like simple ways that you can do. I'm gonna read you what the agreements are. So I'm gonna read the agreements, but this book, it's only 140 pages. So it breaks down the agreements and why they're important. I read this book a few years ago and then I reread it because you just need a little reminders here and there. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. The third agreement is don't make assumptions. And the fourth agreement is always do your best. This one is a good book because it's like literally you working on yourself. What comes out your mouth, what you put out is what comes back to you. Don't take anything personal. So my habits are I do take things personal and I always make assumptions. Like I just always make scenarios in my head and I don't even know what's happening on the other side, like with the other person. So I'm just like coming up with things, making myself worry, making myself anxious for no reason. Yeah, so I think this book is super good because the 4 is literally 4 simple steps for you to just watch what you say, think, assume. So I highly recommend this one. The next book, this book took me a while to read. Like look how thick it is. Super thick, and the words are, did I even finish reading it? Yeah. And the words are really, really tiny. So this is the next one, The Body Keeps Score. I'm showing you guys this so you can screenshot it if you want to. So this book is basically talking about the title, The Body Keeps Score. I recommend this one. It's just a long read, more about the science and the brain, but I highly recommend it. It's about like how your body, your mind holds on to trauma from such a young age and different ways for you to work through your trauma, like body-wise and mind-wise for you to work through it. They give you different things. They talk about different ways, different what is it called? Oh, it talks about different studies and it gives like stories and backgrounds of people. So this one's a really good read. I talked about this in me and Jazz podcast, Mind If We Vent. You could check us out on YouTube and on any podcast platforms, Mind If We Vent the podcast. But I talked about this book because like I said, talk about your body keeping score. So when I was younger, we got into a really bad accident. My mom was drinking and driving, and then this cup right here, it's not a design, it's there because it's a scar, and I was traumatized and I didn't realize that my body was keeping like that trauma with me until I started paying attention. Anytime I'm in the car, I love to be in control because we were always in the car with her drunk driving, so we was always scared. Got into a really bad accident, like this was split wide open. So every time I'm in the car with somebody else, my body just tense up, and I realized that lately. So I've been focusing more like when I'm in a car just to relax and like, reminding myself like I'm okay, it's okay. So it's not like subconsciously my body is still holds on to how I felt when that happened. So it made me realize that. I didn't know that before I read this book. Such a good read. All the books that I'm showing you are about like tips and different ways for you to work through, better yourself. But this book is a little different, is The Alchemist. I love this one. I think I just recently reread this, but I read this like a few years ago, and within the month I reread it. So this is more of like a story time book about a boy finding his treasure, traveling around the world, finding his treasure, going through all these obstacles, then realizing that I can't spoil the ending, but yeah, so this one is a really good, like the message behind this book is really good. If you aren't into like the self-help kind of books, I think this one is a good alternative. Now we have 2 money books. So Think and Grow Rich and You Are a Badass at Making Money. I've read both of these twice. This one I'm currently still reading. These ones are good for you to help your relationship with money, because whether you realize or not where you came like as a child growing up, that how your parents were with money, that's what you're holding on to. For example, growing up, again, we talk about this in our podcast, me and Jazz, Mind If We Went, the podcast, go check it out. Growing up, we knew my mom had 4 kids living with her, and we knew that we weren't obviously the richest. She had 4 of us. We always had hand-me-downs, like people from her job would give us hand-me-downs, or if we went to the store, we didn't know what we could get or how much of something we could get. So we knew that there was a struggle, and I think I brought that to me into my adulthood, because I don't allow myself to buy myself nice things without feeling like a way about it, or I'm like, if my money is my money, I want to keep it, I don't want to spend it. That's what I'm currently working through right now, working through my relationship with money, and these are super good with that. They have so many helpful tips, like I'm not playing. I literally have just marks all over the book. I literally have so many highlights that I highlighted throughout the book, and it gives you different, so this book gives you different activities for you to do, different stories, because she's like I think like a life coach or something like that. So it gives you, and it tells you about some of her client stories and different affirmations that you can say with money. If you don't know what you want to do, it kind of gives you like a guide to like try to figure it out. And then also Think and Grow Rich. This is my 2nd time I'm rereading it. I'm almost done with my reread, but this one is really good as well. You see this sticky note right here is from 2018. I read this book to help me manifest my car, which was so insane that it's still in here. This one is more so just like different ways for you to rewire your brain, rewire your relationship with money. It also gives you different activities to do, like make a list of how much money you want, when do you want to buy, how you're going to get it. So I think both of these books are really good when it comes to money and helping your relationship with that. The last 2 books, this one is You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. And this one is Russ, It's All in Your Head, Get Out of Your Way. Both of these are literally like the same but different, so they talk about the same thing. I love Russ, his music and everything. If you're looking for more like affirmation songs but like they don't sound like it, I would definitely give him a listen. I have like a few of his songs that I play in my morning playlist to get me in a good mood. You know, kind of like the same message, like stop doubting yourself, start believing in yourself, stop worrying about in the future. These 2 are really, really good when it comes to helping you just stop worrying about things that you have no control over. You know, just you only can worry about what you have in your presence. Just manifesting your dreams, not worry about what people think of you, what they think of what you want to do in life. I love different books like this. It's colorful, so you won't be bored reading it, and it's such a quick read. I think I read this book in like 3 or 4 days, and that was just because I didn't want to read it too quick. But this one is a good one to have in your book collection in case you need a quick read and a quick reminder that you're a badass bitch. Like one chapter, it's called How to Embrace Your Inner Badass. Like I love her. I think her message is so simple and easy, like anyone can understand. This one is about facing yourself, facing your fears, not letting your fears control you, not letting what people think of what you want to do affect you. So I highly recommend both of these books. So these are all of them if you want to screenshot them in one time. I highly recommend all of them. You don't have to read them all at the same time, and these are good ways to help start your, you know, your book collection. But I think these all are really good beginner books because, like I said, it is hard to get into it and to stick to it. So these are all simple reads. I absolutely love them. If you want a part 2, comment below, and I have so many more books. It's so funny because I just now became a reader more recently, within like a year and a half, 2 years. I started collecting more and more books because I really want to work on myself and better myself mentally, physically, and I didn't know where to start. So these books were a good start, and I literally, these are all good investments. They are good rereads. And if you don't even like books, I suggest that, you know, if you don't like physical books, you could ebooks. They have all these in ebooks or audio. I'm sure you can find them in audio. I just think all these have really, really good messages in them. And I'm sorry if I didn't go into too much details about the books because I didn't want to like kind of spoil them. But you know, you can always go on Google and read the reviews. Don't just take my word for them. All of these books have really good reviews. Before I buy them, I always check out the reviews because some people be like hyping up a book and it's not even all that. So these are all really, really good. I'm always open for new suggestions, so comment down below any books that you have read and you absolutely love. You know, you're a good reader or whatever. But if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.